Hello and welcome to section 9 of my TT Isle of Man Ride on the Edge section by section tutorial. So section 9 is the first of the mountain sections. So this runs from the Ramsey Hairpin all the way up to George's Folly, kind of near the bungalow at the top of the mountain. So on this run through I'm on Ian Hutchinson's BMW. So you can see I'm starting at the hairpin because I crashed at the hairpin when I was filming this one, unfortunately. But something to note about this particular bike is that it has a fake top speed. It doesn't do over 200, it does about 190 as its top speed, so don't be fooled into thinking it's a lot better than the other BMWs. But here we go, 60% speed, so heading up towards Waterworks, so knock it down to second here. This first part of Waterworks is quite an easy corner, but then this one is very slow, the second part. So take a late apex, keep it tight and don't get too greedy as you accelerate because the front end will pop up there. So heading towards Tower Bends now, so I'm in third. I'm going to lift off the gas a little bit here and then I'm going to get on the accelerator as early as I dare, trying to keep that line nice and tight there, but the back end will skid out. It's quite adverse camber there. Heading towards the second part of the Tower Bends near the Gooseneck now, so I'm just braking slightly and gradually reducing my speed, because while you can get through these bends at high speed, you're not going to be able to stop in time for the Gooseneck. So the Gooseneck's a very slow first gear right-hander, so you can do this at about 60 mile an hour usually, but then keep the nose down as you come out of it and get back over to the right hand side for the first of these two kind of flat out left kinks as we head up onto the mountain. So this first one's easy. The second one, get back over to the right. This is a bad line I'm taking here, but you should be able to do this and sit flat even on a super bike. And now we're heading up towards Joey's, so keep it over to the right hand side and then try to level it out by going back over to the left and then sweeping right. So have a lift there, it's about fifth gear. Now speeding up towards Guthrie's Memorial. So there's a long multiple apex left hander into a tight right hander here. So I'm having a bit of a lift as we head into Guthrie's. So here's my first apex, so apex, white line, white line, and then the final apex, and now I'm knocking it down through the gears, bit of braking, bit of engine braking, down to second. Careful around here because the back end will step out, and now we're heading up onto the mountain mile. So we've got this nameless fourth gear left kink here, so I like to have a little lift there because it's actually quite a deceptively difficult corner. And I get back over to the left, and here is a really kind of important corner. So you see that wall, that's where your peeling point is, just before there. So you can do that in fifth. On a super bike you'll have to have a slight lift to get around there in one piece, but on a super sport you can do that flat, and particularly on a super sport that's a really kind of important corner because you've got this long flat out section as we rise up the mountain mile now. So getting that snotty bridge, I'm not sure if that's its official name or just what Milky Quail called it in a YouTube video, but that's a really important corner. So now we're heading up higher and higher up the mountain, and at some point pretty soon you're going to see a white wall, and that is the first bridge. So that is your indication that we're nearing the kind of top of the mountain here. So I have a little lift for this, but you can do it flat, but I like to try and get my line nice for mountain box. So as we go over the second bridge, that's when I'm knocking it down to fourth. So here's another multiple apex corner. Ignore the first apex, and this is the second apex you need to hit. Ignore the third apex, and it's the fourth apex that you need to hit here as we go left. So going up through the gears again, so we've got this little right, little left, gets a bit bumpy here, and we've got another little right here just before we get to George's Folly. So you might want a little lift there on the super bike, but now we've got George's Folly. So this is a really difficult corner because there's no kind of indication of when your peeling point is. So I usually have a lift there, but you can do that flat if you get it perfect. But I've had so many accidents there over the years that I usually have a bit of a lift there, to be honest. So that was a half decent time, 2:05. Anything kind of around that 2:05 mark is pretty good there. So now you're going to see it at full speed, so things get a lot faster and a lot more difficult when you're running through it at full speed. So here we go.